Hello, friends, and happy Saturday and another Saturday morning comics here on the John's Comics with Kids. Not so much on Saturdays anymore. YouTube channel. Uh, Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Today is giveaway day for the channel members. So I'm going to spin the wheel a couple times today and figure out who is the big channel member winner for the month. So that's very exciting. And then we'll announce one of the books that'll be in the next round of prizes. So lots of giveaway stuff coming on. And then, of course, working towards the bigger goal here is the subscriber giveaway that's going to be coming up here in about a month or two, because it's probably going to happen somewhere along those lines. We'll see. Let's say hello to the friends in the chat this morning. Let's see, 2.5 hours ago, James was ready and rocking and rolling. And then my man Ruben Guzman, an hour behind him. And then Rob Boswell, congratulations. He's 3 months holding the fort down here as a channel member. Appreciate you in a big, big way, Rob. I hope your Saturday's going well. He says, Thundercats, oh. We got Bethany in the chat. What's going on, Bethany? Happy Saturday to you. We got my man Chris in the chat. What's going on, Chris? He does have issues. Lots of issues. We got Perry Game, and he's away. He was on an insane Jigs Kingdom live stream that went well into the wee hours of the morning, and then was carried over by Big Lion Cat, and he was holding down Jigs's channel for him. So appreciate Perry for lifting that weight, and he's a channel member from his Comic Lore YouTube channel. So Perry is on the wheel today as well. We got Gamma Rays Comics. What's going on? Happy Saturday. I hope things are going well. Looks like everybody's checking in this morning. We got Terry. He was just, I swear, every once in a while. This is a routine at night. Wife and I, tired, don't really want to watch television, whatever. I send my wife funny memes and things on Instagram, and she doesn't look at them until we have a chance to sit down and go through them together and kind of have a laugh. We call it memeing. Like, oh, we're gonna meme tonight. Let's meme. She doesn't know that like a big chunk of my meme comedy ability is curated by this gentleman right here. He sends me there's there's a line in the movie Serenity, which is the film based on Firefly, where this guy who's hacked into in all the internet, and he's connected to all these stuff. He's like, you guys send me the very best violence. Well, Thierry sends me the very best comedy, and I really appreciate the gold that he filters through a lot of bronze, copper, but he saves the gold and sends that along to me. There's nothing to be sorry about, and quite the opposite. So I do cultivate and send stuff along, and every once in a while my wife will say, like, where do you get all this stuff from? And I'm just like, I don't know where I get it. It's crazy. It's from this gentleman right here. That's the real truth. There's some facts that are getting dropped. We got DJ Wise, the other half of Books with Bethany. What is going on? Happy Saturday to you. Bethany said, just wanted to say hi. I need to get back to my music to finish my workday. All right, get to it. Stay on schedule. Stay on target. Let's see. Netflix and meme. There it is. We got JP Budget Collecting, Wrench, and channel member. So he is going to be on the wheel today. Maybe he wins the prize. You don't know. Shout outs to the wife. Yeah, always. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the wheel and what's going to be on the prize. This month had two awesome variants. We had this Polaris variant by Lucas Wernick, and we had the John Tyler Christopher Doom negative space variant. Those are going out to one of the channel members, and they'll get to pick a trade paperback or two from the set, depending on how big they are. So those things are going to be given away. Let me present the wheel. I'll spin one wheel right here at the beginning. Let's see. I'm going to share screen and get the picker wheel going here. This wheel, I share it. Yeah, this wheel has all of the New Mutants on it, and there are 10, which means I spin it twice, and 2 people's names will be added to the big prize wheel. We'll see who we got here. I'm going to shuffle the names here a couple of times, and we're going to spin it. Oh, nope, I didn't click spin. Spin it in the middle. There we go. First up, we got Legion of Comics. Mark, there you go. I'm going to remove Mark off of there, and I'm going to shuffle it a couple more times. Boom, 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 and spin it again and see who else is joining Mark on the big prize wheel. It's going to be Fable. Fable. All right. I am going to stop sharing that. I'm going to go over to my other wheel here, make sure I add Fable and Mark from Legion of Comics. So a little later today, I will spin the big wheel and see who is the prize winner. So congrats to those two gentlemen for getting onto the big wheel. And that's what's going on. I'm starting to cultivate a next month box, which is going to have this great Storm issue 1 cover. So that's going to be one of the. I always have to have like an X-Men variant cover. So that'll be one book, and then I'll try to pick something that's hot this month here at the new comic book day at the shop and snag one of those. So we'll see how we do with that. Mark got moved up, so it's rigged. I mean, that's fair. We got Magic Lasso in the chat. He says, I'm supposed to be not supposed to be here. Nobody sees me. I'm at work. Keep that ITM going, my bud. I appreciate you. Gore Vidal is in the chat. What's going on? Yeah, Rob, I had to I snagged 2 of those just so I could give one away to somebody, right? We got Kenneth Bird in the chat. What is going on? Gore Vidal. I see you, buddy. And it's perfect that Gore is here actually, because tonight we are continuing our countdown of our top 50 favorite movies. And by we, I mean me and Carlito Classico and my man Matt over at Gretzky 6699. So the 3 of us will continue that discussion. And it just worked out for me, at least, that Gene Hackman has a movie in the section I'm talking about tonight. So one Gene Hackman movie will come up for me. Sad to hear of his passing. And in a week from today, 1 week from today, my buddy Bearded Comic Bro and I will do a looking back for Gene. We're going to look at some of his favorite movies, some of his best films, and talk about his best performances. So if you're a Gene Hackman fan, you're feeling a little sad about his loss because he was an icon of film, at least for me, then you can join us and hang out in the chat next Saturday night. And Bearded Comic Bro and I will count down and go through all of his films and have a fun discussion around an icon of cinema, right? We got a super chat in the chat from Gamma Rays. What is going on? I appreciate you, sir. That is freaking cool. Let's see what we got here for you. How about a little hula dancing? Yeah, and some cursing robots.
Wow, a super chat. Thank you.
There it is. We got another homie from the chat. We got Brian LCS. What's going on? Brian, channel member, hanging out. He was live earlier this morning. He had Scotty Vaughn on with him. They were having some good discussions around, new comics in general, but I know that Scotty and I were agreeing on Blood Hunt and the One World Under Doom and having some fun with some of those. What is going on, Comic Head Kenny? What is going on? Kenny's in the chat. What is happening, Kenny? We need another, evening on the piano, tickle in the ivories show from you, my sir. I appreciate you big time. Good to see you in the chat. We got Brian dropping those channel member emojis. I hope things are going well for you, Brian, today. It looks like you got a pretty nice morning. Things going off to a good start. Let's see here. Oh, look, everybody's saying hi to 84. It's so nice to see Kenny in the chat. We got JSS Brooklyn. What's going on, JSS? And we got the man who collects. Good morning to you. Happy Saturday. And still only 35 cents. What's going on? How are things across the pond? He said, loving being in London so I can stream and I can I can never join live. I mean, that is the reality. That was the challenge of last weekend when I was on MJ Comics, or was it 2 weekends ago? It might have been. Trying to align our schedules. Very tricky. And emerging from the 84 bunker. Well, I hope things are well in your neck of the wood. We have Sleepy Reader Damien. I'm going to see him in about a month. I'm going to see Sleepy Reader. I hope Damien's doing well. BLC was the one holding down court for Jigs Kingdom the other day, so appreciate you for doing that. I'm hoping Jigs is still not having a hangover at this point. We got Read Your Comics. Daryl's in the chat. What's going on, Daryl? Happy Saturday, my friend. Hope things are going well for you. I see the first appearance of Black Panther there, not even jealous. It is a big part of today. If you saw the thumbnail, we got Black Panther on there. This is going to be a bit of a Black Panther morning here on the John's Comics channel. So let's talk a little bit about that. I'm liking these X's next to the screen names. Yes, exactly. So the X will change color the length of time that somebody is a member of this channel. So you can watch, as that expands and as that evolves, because, some people celebrating the 3-month anniversary, because I've only been doing this for 3 months, the channel memberships. Okay, so why Black Panther? Why today? There's a couple of good reasons, and probably some that aren't very good. But here's I've had this box for quite a while, and the original intention was that it would store all the Black Panther comics I have and the ones I was planning on getting and some of the hardcovers, trades, and things. But it, of course, as is the case in my house, it became home to a lot of X-Men comics. And the Wakandans, also in that box, not happy about that. So what I did this morning was kind of like pull all the X-Men books out, rearrange what was happening, and sort of filtered in anything that was a better fit for that box, in my opinion. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go through some of those comics this morning. We have my man Taylor Winder. What is up, T-Dubs? He's in the chat. Good to see you this morning, sir. And we got Shop for Comics. That means I can throw up John Doom here. Where is he at? There he is. Boom. John Doom says hello to Shop for Comics. How are things in the shop verse today? I hope things are off to a good start to your weekend. Today, we've got a volleyball tournament, and then I've got a live stream later tonight. I think it's around 10 Eastern is the live stream. So lots of good stuff happening. But yeah, let's kick off this discussion of John collects Black Panther. Oh, and there's my man Cliff on comics. He has been a channel member for 3 months. Thank you, Cliff. I appreciate you, my friend. I hope things are going well. I know you had a show late last night and I was at a dinner party, so I could only pop into the chat, but I've got to watch the rewind today while I'm sorting some comics. So I appreciate you big time, Cliff. And then Cliff was on multiple channels, I realized last night, because he was also over on Anachronic Comics too. Cliff was working it last night. I forgot. Is this live stream suitable for kids? I try to make my Saturday show as neutral as possible. Yes, it's got to be the most neutral thing on my channel. So very chill, very relaxed, nothing too dramatic. So no, it's going to be a lot of silliness in Marvel comics. So that's what you're going to get. As long as Marvel comic books, action comics books aren't so scary, we'll handle it. So yes, shout out to the eagle-eyed chat members. This is obviously the first book that needs to be brought up when talking about my Black Panther collection. I snagged this just last summer, I want to say. It hasn't been a year and a half. I think it's just been 6 or 8 months. I made a deal to get this and Avengers 4 and paid on layaway for quite a while to make that happen. This and Avengers 4 were the two big ones I was really trying to use or get to fill out my love of Avengers characters. And as much as Black Panther has always been separated, in his own stories and such, he's always been an Avenger for me. And that's most of my connection to the character. I know he appeared first in Fantastic Four, but for me, if you've watched my channel enough, I suppose you've noticed that I read a lot of team books, obviously New Teen Titans and X-Men being the cheap two, right? But Avengers being right there with them, and Justice League as well. So as a team reader, comic book character reader, I tend to not necessarily dive into the individuals. And, I'm not reading Captain America solo books. I'm reading him as an Avenger. I'm not reading Iron Man solo books, but I'll read him as an Avenger, right? Those kind of things. And it's the same with most team comics. I'm not necessarily planning to dive into a solo book on a specific character because I like them in a team, and I like it better as a medley than as a solo, right? So it's the same with characters like T'Challa. And over the last few years, I've started to branch out, since this, COVID era, basically, I've been branching out to try to dabble in some solo series and get a better sense of some of those characters, because I think there's a lot of out there that I've missed because of that sort of narrow focus. I mean, it is in my name, but I am due for a rebranding at some point. We were joking about it last weekend that it's probably about time for John's Comics and Friends, John's Comics with Friends, something like that. Taylor Winters. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Crack that out of the coffin. I'm not ready for that. All right. One of them comics I need to complete my Fantastic Four goal. I need 75 more. Nice. Wow. That is impressive, sir. That is very impressive. Comic Head saying he's lapsed on current runs, but did read the recent Storm miniseries with Doctor Doom, and it was very good. Yes, it's an ongoing series, actually, Kenny. They're on issue 5, I believe, now of that Storm run, and it's been very entertaining. And I think the artwork by Lucas Warnick on the inside is stellar, and I've enjoyed all the issues up to now. So worth the time if you want to go from the jump. So yes, I have the first appearance, and I also have the second appearance. This is from my man TJ the Slab Dragon. He gifted me this, which is a cover I love a ton. I don't think it gets enough love. This issue 53 cover, I think it's got good energy. It's got good color. It's very, very exciting. And yeah, so I am down for this. And I absolutely love having that in the collection. And I'll put that down there. Let's see. We've got other folks jumping in the chat. John's Comics with Cocktails and Comics. Whew, that's a lot. That's a lot to handle right there. The gospel according to John. John's Comics and Mojitos. John kicks a comic. I'm not going to do any of that. BLC says he loves Team Comics as well, like Invaders, which I've never read, but JLA, sure, FF, X-Men, Avengers, and don't forget Marvel Team Up and Marvel 2 in 1. Great comments. Great comments. I appreciate that, BLC. So let's take a look at some other Black Panther books. Of course, you have to next go to the what I would consider the Kirby era, but I know Kirby didn't do very many of these and only did covers, I think, on some as well. But yes, issue number 1 of his solo series. I don't have any of the Jungle Action. For those that don't know, it kind of went from first appearance in FF, and then when he had his solo title, he had a comic called Jungle Action with Black Panther in it. And then this came later. So I am missing any of the Jungle Action books. From what I've read, I didn't love the story as much. It may just have been the headspace I was in when I read it. I preferred this era a little more, which is why I have the first 2 of that. And I actually used to have a t-shirt with this on it. I don't know if I still do. I might have given it to my daughters because they tend to steal that kind of stuff. But yes, this is issue number 2 of that solo series, self-titled solo series, right? All right. I got to figure out where I'm putting this stuff. I'm going to go right over here. I don't want to knock anything over. All right. We got Bueller in the chat. What is going on? Bueller, I know he was traveling in the desert most recently. He was dropping some videos trying to demystify the van life with Bueller, the bus life. So, excuse me, if you have missed his Instagram or YouTube posts, it's been kind of fun to kind of see his demystification of that, right? Damien says there's some great Panther-focused Avengers issues, and those are the ones I read where I first got to know the character. I think, Damien, that's when I sort of figured out what I liked about the character and where he fit in. It's kind of like, a lot of characters like Vision and Scarlet Witch and Monica Rambeau as Captain Marvel. Those were the iterations of a lot of those characters I liked the best because of just like, how they fit in as a team together. That was kind of my stuff. Jungle Action was by Don McGregor. He would pick up his storylines in the late 80s in Marvel Comics Presents. I didn't know that. There you go. Dropping some knowledge. I appreciate that. Let's see. Travis, take another shower. I mean, we're happy about that. Let's see. Theo B says Don McGregor is a hard read, but his Black Panther Jungle Action story was pretty much the benchmark. A lot of the OG Black Panther characters made their debut, and that's the reason why I'm curious to kind of snag some of them. But I don't want to just be the key collector. If anybody knows how many Jungle Action issues featured Black Panther in that run, I'd love to know because it might be a fun run to collect just, on the sly, slowly, without having to pay too much for those issues. But yes, I do agree that the key characters, make their first appearances, a lot of them, the villains, the heroes, the side characters in that jungle action run. So as a key collector, lots of goodies in there. And for me, Rob, I wasn't much either until I got into him as an Avenger, and I liked him in the Avengers. I liked the piece he added to that team. And then since then, I've been trying to get into his solo runs. In fact, what I was reading this morning before going live was the Reginald Hudlin Black Panther run. This is when he marries Storm, and I have some of those coming up here in a little bit. And this is there are 3 of these trade paperbacks. Did I bring them in? Yeah. Let's see. I got all 3. So there's 2 and 3 in the Reginald Hudlin run, and I've been trying to get through that series as like a way of expanding my understanding. And then of course I've got this omnibus from Ta-Nehisi Coates that I've been waiting to get into, still in the wrapper. At some point I'll dive into that. And most of those runs I have read like a couple issues here or a couple issues there. I never read all of it, and as you'll see, I've got pieces but not the whole entire thing. So speaking of that run, that Ta-Nehisi Coates, here's a really great variant for issue number 1. Really good color work. I really love that. It's gorgeous. Let's see here. Yes, so there's some of the characters that make their appearance in Jungle Action. Very entertaining. Yeah, I snagged all of them. It took me a little time, slowly but steadily got them. Yes, back in the day, you could find the Kirby issues for $1 in the dollar bins. Absolutely, 100%. It's okay, John. Rob Boswell doesn't like Black Panther, and Black Panther doesn't like Rob Boswell. You shaming Black Panther? The Hudlin era is really entertaining so far. So great point, Ian from Tacoma Comics. I had read the wedding like engagement stuff already, and I had those issues previously, but I haven't read it from the jump. The first 6 issues, which I finished reading the other day, are all JRJR. So some people are like, it's John Romita Jr. I don't know that I want the artwork, but he started that run on the artwork side. And then it goes into the House of M era, with Magneto, and there's a plot line there that crosses over with, I think, the X-Men issues at the time were like 175 or something. Not the Uncanny, the regular X-Men, right? So it includes a lot of that. That first volume that I'm reading now includes those House of M storylines as well. We got Rod the Rican in the chat. What is going on, Rod? Happy Saturday to you, my friend. I hope you're relaxing and enjoying the day today. So here's a few more from the Ta-Nehisi run that I've collected over the years. Going right along, which I believe this is when it became a little bit more Afrofuturistic kind of stuff, where it showed the African culture getting even greater technology. The Hudlin stuff I've read and the FF stuff I've read seems to imply an elevated technology level, but certainly nothing on par with, say, Tony Stark or Dr. Doom. But I think this era is when it started to become comparable, where it was starting to be like, no, the technology has advanced to a place where they are now on par with what's going on elsewhere in the Marvel universe, but because of a different technology, right? Sit back and enjoy your video. I usually do Black Panther heavy lifting on my channel. Let me fix a cup of coffee. There it is. Theo dropping facts. But if I mess up, I say something wrong, correct me, please, because I'm still learning. I'm still putting things together, because some of these runs I've read, again, like I said, maybe the first 6 or 8 issues, but not necessarily the entire thing. The X-Men are the regular. The Uncanny are the regular X-Men. Anything else is Johnny come lately X-Men. Yes, I hesitate calling them the 90s X-Men, because people then think the issues came out in the 90s, right? And issue 175 is definitely not a Black Panther story, so I didn't want to get people confused, right? Didn't like the Hudlin era because it came off the heels of Chris Priest and kind of ignored all the great characters building he did. Oh, well, that good. That adds another layer that I need to read, right? Did you read the Ta-Nehisi Coates Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda? That was more recent, wasn't it, Theo? Because I want to say I read that storyline, and there was a couple of like Agents of Wakanda storylines that I read that were tying into events and things at the time. I had read some of those. What is going on? Old Wolf is in the chat. He is listening while he does work. He is working on the Saturday. I appreciate you working not for the weekend, but on the weekend. Here is issue 6. Some great artwork in this run. I'm excited to read it from the get-go, like as a whole series. Like I said, I've only read bits and pieces. I wasn't collecting when this run started. So I've kind of just been going back and getting pieces where I can see a deal or a bargain. You know what I mean? Some fun variants for this. And then we're going to get into the Hudlin stuff here in just a moment, because I think that's it from the Ta-Nehisi run. Let's see here. Yeah, so now we got some of the Rex Hudlin. I say Rex, but it's Reginald. I keep saying, I don't know why I say Rex. I don't know if that's a nickname for him. I don't know why I say that. But let's take a look. So let me put these in the right order. Let's see. Issue 2. Yeah, I'm not sure kind of how these all fit together, because I know that there's some the numbering changes once or twice. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. Do you have Black Panther limited 4-book series? I think it's the next after the Black Panther first series. I don't. BLC, I don't have those. Let's see. So here we go. We got the Rex Hudlin era. Here we go. Oh, Brian LCS, member for 3 months. Appreciate you, Brian. You are awesome, my dude. Love a good Doom cover. I think I bought this just because I was like, look, it's Doom. Doom. Yeah, that is a fun, fantastic cover. J. Scott Campbell. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The background behind Christopher Priest's writing Black Panther is awesome. Okay. I got to learn. Look, something I get to learn now. Obviously, this is the key, I want to say, right, for Shuri. I think I probably bought a bundle of Black Panther comics, and this was the one that everybody wanted in that set. Oh, Rob Boswell gifting some channel memberships. Let me see who StreamYard does not tell me who wins, so I got to kind of jump over to my live stream unless somebody tells me. I will jump over and open it up in YouTube here so I can say thank you to the or say congratulations to the people that won it. Let's see. The winners were Taylor Winder. Thierry got one. Las Cruces. What is going on? Circumstances lurking. I got him. Carlito Clasico lurking. We got him as well. Caught him. Just sneaked in there. I love when channel memberships get gifted and people who are lurking get caught. There's some great moments when Perry has done that in the past, but Rob Boswell drop it. That means all of those 5 people will be entered to win for next month's giveaway at the end or the beginning of April, I should say. But let's play a little something for the chat. I appreciate that. Rob Boswell holding it down. Let's see what we got here for him. How about something adorable? That's pretty cute. And how about me risking my child's life? Maybe. Hey. We used to call that Charlie's dolphin laugh back in the day. That was her dolphin laugh. I don't know what inspired it, where it came from, but huge thank you, Rob Boswell, dropping that down. I appreciate you, sir. Yeah, that was very kind of you, man. I appreciate it. Okay, next we got some more Hudlin. So yeah, I guess the numbering shifted on the Black Panther run by Hudlin, because I got an issue 8 here. And I got an issue 8 here, both featuring Storm. So they clearly were at 2 different moments in the story. But I think you can tell probably why I bought these. I think you can probably tell why I bought these. But of course, had to have them in the collection. And besides the Avengers, obviously, the other reason I probably followed T'Challa early on was because of how Storm was always sort of crossing over and connecting to his universe. I don't know. I haven't read enough of the run to really feel strongly about how that relationship went, because I know there were some rocky times, some ups and downs. So I'm curious to kind of go in and read it and get a new perspective on it. This is the He Chooses a Bride storyline. These are all the possible women, I suppose. I don't know what Sue Storm is doing on there, but it was like, Sue, you already got a husband. Like, just like pump the brakes. I know you got Namor on this side and T'Challa. I don't know what you're doing, but there she is. I don't know what she's doing on there, but there she is. But we know how it ends. We know how that storyline finishes out. It finishes in this style with this issue right here, The Wedding. Great comic, great cover. Frank Cho cover here. So, of course, I got that one. And then we've got Black Panther issue 25, because it had Storm v Thor on the cover here. This looks like, Michael Turner. It is a Michael Turner cover. This is he was doing a bunch of these covers for Civil War. So really, really good there. Good cover there. And finally, at the end of that run is a story that I adore and that I'm absolutely a freaky fanboy of. Jason Aaron, in the middle of Reginald Hudlin's run, did a 3-issue Secret Invasion crossover storyline. And it had this incredible Skrulls, T'Challa, and Storm cover, which I have 2 of because it's just so freaking good. I had to get that. And then the storyline was called See Wakanda and Die. And it had to do with Skrulls trying to invade Wakanda. And, that's just a bad call. That is a bad leadership decision. You can go ahead and invade the FF and take over Sue Storm's body and replace her. But if you try to pull this garbage in Wakanda, you're gonna find out, I guess, is the ending of that sentence. You're gonna find out. Yeah, Secret Invasion is the Skrulls, right? They were invading across the Marvel universe, replacing people. And in the storyline, they come to Wakanda to try to pull their same shenanigans, and they don't realize that they've bitten off more than they can chew. And it's a 3-issue story. It takes place across, let me give you the issue numbers, 39, 40, and 41 are the 3 issues. And it is absolutely phenomenal. It might be my favorite, tie-in to a Marvel event ever. It's that high. I'll give it that high praise, because you only need the Marvel event Secret Invasion as a backdrop. This story is completely separate, and it's its own event plot line thing. And Jason Aaron only wrote those 3 comics, and it's not predicated on any other knowledge except for the fact that there's an alien invasion happening on Earth. And that's all you need to know. And then you just get into the crazy shenanigans going down in Wakanda. And I love the way you think the Skrulls have an upper hand, or you think T'Challa has an upper hand, and it kind of goes back and forth again and again. And it's really entertaining. So really, really good stuff. But that's why I highlight that story a lot. You can find it in dollar bins. It's super cheap. Or you can get it on the app and read those 3 issues. They're just fantastic. And I'm not sure why this one's in there, but this is a Neil Adams signed Civil War. I've got a few event comics that are mixed in, but this is a Civil War cover variant from Secret Wars, I guess, but signed by Neil Adams. So there's a Neil Adams signed book mixed into this box. I'll add that in there. And lastly, the first meetup of T'Challa and Storm happens in Marvel Team Up, and this is a Spider-Man and the FF cover story, but a T'Challa and Storm second backup story. Sorry about the noise. I don't think they have a back. Yeah, there's no secondary cover on the back. But this is issue 100 of Marvel Team Up, and a really great book if you're a T'Challa or a Storm or both fan. This is a book people often forget about. It's a key because it's the first appearance of the New Mutant character Karma, but I purchased it obviously for the T'Challa Storm storyline. And that's a good one to snag. If you are looking for a fun key with those two characters, this is a good one to pick up. Well, Boar is in the chat. What's going on? Did you get a chance to read the Black Panther Annual 1 by Hudland? It's not in this first trade. Is it in the second trade? Let's see. Yep, it's in the second trade. So it is featured in this one, Theo. This one is issues 19 through 34 and annual number 1. And it's got some of the Civil War storyline with the mutant register or the superhero registration. So that's in the second trade paperback. And then the third trade paperback, includes issues 35 through 41. So it has the See Wakanda and Die by Jason Aaron. And then it has Black Panther 1 through 6 and Black Panther and Captain America Flags of Our Fathers 1 through 4, and then the Black Panther saga. So this one is less of Reginald's stuff. There is Reginald in here, but it's also Jason Aaron and other people as well. So this is the third volume with that awesome, gorgeous back cover there. Some of the Shuri storyline included there. So that's the one I'm working on as well right now. So those are most of the solo Black Panther books I've got. The rest of this box is mostly going to be some Fantastic Four and some other characters. I know it's going to have some Jessica Jones is in there, and then some. It tends to be this box. This box is tending to be characters who are connected to Avengers but have solo character books. So it's got like the Moon Girl first appearance and the Devil Dinosaur first appearance is in there as well. I've got some of my Monica Rambeau, because Monica Rambeau is and always has been my Captain Marvel, just because of the era that I grew up in. But like I said, I've got Jessica Jones in here as well. Where are you? Yeah. A bunch of my Jessica Jones alias kind of stuff is all in here. I think I've misplaced issue 1. Where did I put issue 1? It's got to be in one of these boxes. I know I have an issue 1, her first appearance of Jessica Jones. So I got to find whichever box that ended up in. So that is the lion's share, as it were, of my Black Panther single issues, and the rest of that box is going to be like FF related stuff. I've got because obviously he makes his first appearance in Fantastic Four, so it seemed appropriate that the Fantastic Four box would also be mixed in here. So yeah, sorry for all the weird sounds in the background there. A little ASMR for you, but that is now what lives inside of this box. And that's what I was reorganizing this morning. Let me spin the wheel. We're at the halfway point here. So I'm gonna spin the other wheel to give away the monthly prize. We moved Rob and Fable onto the big winner wheel. And let's see if we can share that one and spin that one. Let's see here. It is this one, yeah. We can see all that. Where is my StreamYard? There it is. Okay, so this wheel has got, if I blow it up here so I can see it a little better in my eyes, Rob Boswell is on there 2 times because he is in the book club tier. He won last month. Ariel Red, my friend Sarah Rodriguez, she is in there twice. She just joined that same tier last month. So she's on there 2 times, and she, I think, will be prize tagging if she wins. She'll be giving it away because she's not a huge comic fan. She's just a good friend. If you remember Simon R., her husband, awesome gentleman and community member. So she is sort of representing for him. And we've also got Zarabinski Pulp Media. We got JP Budget Collecting. We got Matt in Clemson. We've got Coach Vic and the Bearded Comic Bro. We've got JG Comics. And then we added Fable and Legion there at the end. So those are the homies on that wheel. Let me shuffle them around a few times and spin the wheel. You can always get on the wheel next month by becoming a channel member, like the ones that were lucky enough to win earlier. Oh, and it looks like Zarabinski Pulp Media. He's been a channel member from the jump. He's also a really talented artist. If you haven't heard of him, I believe I've got Yes, I've got his artwork right here over my shoulder. I don't know what's easier to tilt probably turn the camera. If I move my T'Challa stuff out of the way, that Wolverine, where is it? Right there. That's by Z. Zarabinski is a talented community artist as well. And I've got community artwork by him hanging on the wall right behind me. So that was perfect timing. Look at that. So I will connect with you, Z. You get to pick a trade paperback, whichever one you want to read. And then you get the 2 comics that I mentioned earlier, the John Tyler Christopher and the Polaris Lucas Wernick cover next month. I've already started building a little box of giveaway stuff for next month. So starting to piece together, usually it's going to be a couple of good variants. It's going to be a trade paperback, and then I'll fill out the box with some other goodies. So thank you to Z and to all the people that were entered. Let's get back to what else I was discussing. So Fantastic Four. I'll run through what I have. I'm not a massive FF fan. It is a team comic that I have not dived too deeply into, but I'm starting to read the Jonathan Hickman era of Fantastic Four. So let's pull these suckers out and go on to phase 2 of this box. We were in T'Challa's world, and now we're going to move over into the FF side of things. All right. The first 2 books were a gift, and they are in ultra low grade comics, but that's kind of what I like about them. So let's see how we do here. We've got issue number 19, Rama Tut. And I don't know how well you'll be able to see all the water damage, all the wavy lines, all the sort of like ugly discolorations. But that is the first appearance of Rama Tut, issue 19. This is a character that would become a variant of Kang the Conqueror later on. Eric is in the chat. What is going on? How you doing, my man? Whoa, I'll throw in a slab for next month's winner. He is getting great. Rob Boswell getting bold in the chat. I appreciate you doing that, sir. You are under no obligation, of course. That is very nice of you. I will connect with you when I wrap up here, my man. So this is issue 19. I'm trying to remember which community member gave me these. They were just, they had bought a collection, and they also included issue 94, The Infant Terrible. L'Enfant Terrible. This issue 24, but again, a lot of like water damage and just, mistreatment and books that they were like, look, I would spend a lot of hard work and time just trying to sell these. I wouldn't get very much money, so might as well just pass them along. And they knew that I had just recently gotten Avengers 8, the first appearance of Kang, and they're like, well, then you need to have this one as well. So those are the lowest numbered. I'll put these back in here. The lowest numbered FF issues that I own. Let's see if I can put the divider in there. BLC is taking off. I'll catch you later, BLC. Have a great day, my friend. I appreciate you, sir. Then we've got my favorite FF cover, This Man, This Monster, issue 51. I want to say I got this from Discovery Bay. He had it, I think, in one of his auctions, and I was like, you know what? This is the cup. I know a lot of people have their favorite FF covers, their favorite FF stories. This is the one. This is absolutely the one for me. I like the story inside as well. Obviously, you get the negative zone and all the stuff going on with Reed, but for me, it's just the emotional weight of what Ben Grimm is suffering. So yeah, big fan of that issue. And then most of the rest of my FF has usually to do with this gentleman. Obviously, you can see the statue back here. I like that Dr. Doom. And anytime Doom was in the Fantastic Four was kind of the issues that I would be picking up. If I saw a great cover, if I saw a good storyline, I would go and grab that issue. So there's another one of those. Here is issue 71. I can't remember where or how I got this one. This looks like, I don't know who is fighting whom there. What's going on? But it looks like everybody fighting this guy in a green suit. I don't know. So issue 71. A 12-cent Fantastic Four. Hard to argue with that. Let's see here. And And then, of course, yeah, occasionally I have a Silver Surfer issue. This one's got a bunch of nice creases and stuff on it, but it's hard to argue with something that stunning. That background, that cosmic background, issue 72 here is a gorgeous, gorgeous cover from FF. Let's see what I got now. I got issue 100. Jumping forward to, this isn't the Multiple Man one. This is a Doom cover, though. He's right there in the middle if you can't see him. So a little FF 100. And then jumping a bunch to FF 147. I don't know what's this one. Sue Storm is mine till the day I die. Mister, you just said the magic words. Uh-oh. Clobbering time. That's what that looks like to me. Clobbering time. Not a big Namor fan. Like some of these, I don't remember if I just bought because of the prices or the deal I was getting. I don't know. This is the wedding of, Crystal and Pietro. This is a new iteration of Ultron that invades the wedding ceremony, if I'm not mistaken. Issue 150 having a little bit of character significance. Issue 154. I don't know that one. Not familiar. I can't remember all these. Some of these issues, it's like, I don't know if I read them when I was little. I don't know what was going on. It's hard to remember for me to remember sometimes why did I buy that one? What was the significance of that one? Okay, let me put these in order. I got some out of order issues here. All right, issue 200 is a classic Doom cover again. Doom versus Reed and the FF in their little floating head bubbles. Some good stuff there. And then 220, I think I bought this off of, or maybe got it from Chris Lopez, who was just in the chat earlier, because I also had a variant cover from an indie book that was homaging to this. And I was like, well, let's find the FF book. Let's get the other side of this. I believe this is part of the Byrne era, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, John Byrne. And same with this one. Great classic Byrne cover here. Probably my favorite from his era of doing Fantastic Four. The reflection in the gauntlet, just so killer. Absolutely gorgeous. And I've never read most of the Byrne era. So at some point, I've got to get off of my rear and go and do that. Here's another Doom lurking cover. This is 320. And the Hulk guest appearing, I guess. So this is just all my FF stuff here. And then this is I don't even know what happened. This is I don't know if you can see Johnny on there. Yeah, a little bit there. This is the embossed issue 371. I don't know if there's another cover inside of this so that you can see it. No. Yep. There you can kind of see Johnny flying along. This is in the Tom DeFalco era. Paul Ryan is on the artwork. I don't know how I got this issue. I don't think I bought it off of the rack, but it's a wild looking cover there. And then the next bit here, let's see. Oh, there's the, I kept the homage right with it. That's funny. Oh, goodness. Keep those two together, I suppose. Let's see here. Let's see. I've got, what's next on the list here? There's some annuals. That one goes with these issues. Okay. And then I thought there was another. Yeah, there's two issues here. Issues 548 and 549. I think it was because they had these gorgeous Michael Turner covers. I snagged them. And obviously Storm right there on the cover of this one. The new Fantastic Four. And is that T'Challa in the back? That might be T'Challa. It is T'Challa in the background there. Look at the cape. Flaring out the cape there. So T'Challa and Storm. Clearly you can see why I snagged this one. And then this is the second issue that has the Inhumans on the cover, it looks like. But Storm is still there. Still there, although she may be down for the count for a moment. But yeah, I snagged them because there was a good price on Michael Turner covers, and I was like, Storm, and yeah, it's all happening. It's all happening. These were part of the Unthinkable Doom storyline. Yes. So I snagged these Doom issues. Looks like Franklin playing with blocks, spelling out Doom's name, and then Doom in that great fire covered cover there. Had to snag those. Then there was a giant sized annual number 20, where he's trying to take Franklin. Right, a little Doom and Franklin action. Which reminds me, I do have another annual I need to share. I'll get here in a second. Here, I'll pull that one out. Let's see. We've got, I think I put it there because I have a Doom section. So Deathlock and Doom. And then here is a look at all the different variants of Doctor Doom, it looks like a Loki Doom, and there's almost like a Doctor Strange Doom, and yeah, all the different variants of Doom in some way. This is FF number 9 from the Matt Fraction era. So I have a little Doom section in there, and of course it has to have this book, and I know Thierry likes this one a lot. I think we've talked about this one a few times. This I got from Chris Lopez. I bought it off of him. Authentic signature from Bill Sienkiewicz. But that is a masterpiece. That is absolutely stunning. And yeah, thank you to Chris for selling me that. I'm very, very ecstatic to have that. Got its own little top loader in there. Let's see what else we got. I thought this was a funny cover, so I definitely snagged that one. To Johnny from your pal Benjamin. And then this Fantastic Four, it looks like an Ed Brubaker cover, like from one of his noir books, but Sue Storm looking all smoking there. There's no calm before this storm. This is in the North era, so this is the more recent run that's been going on recently. But I just, for whatever reason, I snagged those covers, and they've survived. And of course, I have the Invisible Woman miniseries that happened not too long ago. Some really stunning covers for this run. Adam Hughes, right? If I'm not mistaken, did a lot of these. Yeah. So I have a bunch of these, although I did get the Stephanie Hans cover for issue 1 for that. And then, yeah, my own copy of the Doom event covers that I really loved. And then, as promised, there was an annual that I skipped because I put it on the floor because it's in a slab. This I got from Big Will. I want to say this was a thank you for helping him with some of his auctions and stuff. And he was like, yeah, I don't need this book. And I was like, I wanted it because of Franklin Richards. He's a mutant. He's a very important mutant, Franklin Richards. So I got this from Big Will. But obviously Annihilus is why most people go after Avengers Annual 6. This being a Kirby cover, Stan Lee story. So classic comic here. Beautiful. But I wanted it because of the birth of Franklin. Franklin is a mutant. Like it or not, Franklin is a mutant. I don't want to hear any disagreement on that one. This is a fact right here. I don't know, Eric. I don't know where Stu is. He's hiding out. We got Vogs in the chat. What's going on, Will? Happy Saturday to you, buddy. And we got Comic Cap Collectibles in the chat. What is happening? Agro's in the chat. What is going on? I believe you just started your channel recently or upgraded something, because I subscribed and I was watching videos, so things are happening over there, right? I want to say it was Jigs was shouting you out and reminding me I got to check that out. Yeah, Big Will is the man. It's a great book. Like I'm not an Annihilus fan. I haven't read enough of events where, because usually that was in FF, he would be the baddie. But I haven't read very much. For me, it was all about Franklin. I was like, I want Franklin's first appearance, in the same way that like Baby Cable's first appearance is Uncanny 201 or whatever, right? That's the key. I know that New Mutants 87 is, his first appearance as an adult, but Baby Franklin matters as much to me as adult Franklin Richards eventually, right? So I had to snag that. So there you go. That's my Fantastic Four and Black Panther comics. Uh, it's more keys, less runs for the most part. I've got to work on maybe like expanding the runs that I want to keep and the ones I want to hold on to. And then maybe some of those that I don't love, maybe they can become giveaways when I hit 3,000 subscribers here soon or down the road at some point. There's definitely some of those classic issues I think other people would love to own that don't mean a ton to me that I think might be popular out in the world there. I don't like them because they scared of Scarlet. Okay. We all know 201 is the first appearance of Cable. See, that's the truth. That's the truth. I'm about to do my biggest, silliest thing ever, and I continue to put out shorts where I yell at my cat. That's what we need. We need more of that in the comic book community, sir. That's what I'm here for. So what's going on today for me? We got a volleyball tournament here, and we're going to probably leave in a few hours. And then tonight, I am back talking about my favorite films of all time. I'm going to be joined by Mr. Gretzky and my man, Carlito Classico, who is hiding in the chat and is now a channel member. They both will be hanging out with me, and we'll be talking over our favorite films. We are now on part 3. So let's see, we did 50 to 41. We did 40 to 31. So tonight is 30 to 21. We're almost to our top 20 of all time. And as I mentioned, as a little like teaser, with the passing of Gene Hackman, it made me look back over my 50 favorite films that I chose for our shows. And Gene was on there 3 times. And one of those will be on tonight's list for me. So a little Gene Hackman. I'm sure we'll be talking about Gene a little bit just as an icon of film, and what an incredible performance he gives in so many films, right? Madam is in the chat. What is going on, Madam? I've been catching her a lot on Bleaker. She's been doing some really great sculptures as always. And I got to hang out on a couple of streams with her. What an awesome artist. And I think that is it from me. She ain't no madam. She's a lady. She can be both. She can be whatever she wants. Gore Vidal is saying movie talk is fun. So yeah, be there tonight for that. And again, next Saturday as well. We're going to do 2 Saturdays in a row. One of them for top 50 movies. And then next Saturday is a Gene Hackman all night kind of extravaganza, me and Bearded Comic Bro, and maybe we'll find a guest that wants to join us. But it'll be next Saturday, I think we chose 9 Eastern. We were going to get together and just kind of go through the career of Gene Hackman and share some of our favorite films that he did, because there are just so many. You know, he made movies for over 40 years. He was in movies from the first he made to the last. It was well over, or just over 40 years of cinema. And it's incredible. And most of that time, you know, if you look at what I would say are like the bookends. I know he made movies on either side, but for me, it's Bonnie and Clyde to Royal Tenenbaums is the time frame, right? Bonnie and Clyde was his big sort of coming out performance and kind of set him on a path. And then before long after that, I think he had, within the next decade, he had 3 Oscar nominations and 1 win. And then of course, Royal Tenenbaums is possibly my favorite performance that he gives. It's just such a wonderful layered, tragic hero kind of character. And the impact of that patriarch on that family is fascinating and really well executed. And I'm not an insane Wes Anderson fan, but that movie is special. And I think if you didn't like it, you should give it a rewatch, knowing kind of maybe where it's at. And now that he's just passed, it might even have a little more weight to it. So that'll be next Saturday, Gene Hackman stuff. Thunderhouse Designs has been watching on TV. Had to grab my phone to comment. Hackman watching Night Moves tonight. It's on Prime. Nice. Okay, cool. I mean, I've been thinking about what movies of his I want to rewatch. There's just so many. It's really, really hard. And then there's some great ones with, I mean, who can forget his performance in Young Frankenstein? the blind man that lights it's, I mean, I'm just laughing at thinking of it, right? In fact, I think I even have, let me double check. Yes, right here. Look at this. That's his hand right there. That's Gene Hackman's hand right there. Um, that's that scene. That scene is so phenomenal, and it's just a throwaway. He's got a fake beard and he's got the whole thing. It's just such a wonderful little moment. But he's got so many towering performances. I see the French Connection in the chat, and Quick and the Dead, and Crimson Tide. He's got so many. I mean, I've talked to X11 Bravo about him because there are so many times when Gene has played or had played soldiers. He had played veterans and soldiers, and so many times you look across his career, and it's like Behind Enemy Lines with I think it was Owen Wilson, and he was consistently playing. Enemy of the State was another great film, The Conversation, but so many great. He played a lot of great soldiers and really did a great job across several different branches of the military. And he served, if I'm not mistaken, if somebody wants to correct me, I believe he served as well. Hoosiers, obviously phenomenal. Well, there it is. Thierry's reminding me. Yeah, so he did serve in the military. I'm not sure what branch of armed forces he served in. But yeah, Hoosiers, Thunder House is obviously such another great towering performance, right? So phenomenal. Yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun to talk through his incredible career. I always forget No Way Out with Kevin Costner, where he played the sleazy. God, what was he? He was a Secretary of Defense or something. Like, he was so skeezy in that. Absolute Power, he played the president for Clint Eastwood. So great. Of course, Unforgiven, his Oscar win, right? So great. He was a Marine. Hooah. There you go. Awesome. So yeah, that's what's coming up on my channel. Elsewhere, I'm on the Blame Fable YouTube channel. I haven't seen Fable in the chat today. He was up late last night with his show, but I'm on his Tuesday show, and Fable is talking about a 90s, was it 90s? Early 90s, right? Flatliners, the Kiefer Sutherland film. I'm excited to go back and discuss Flatliners. So I'll be on Fable's channel on Tuesday talking about that. And then I'm hosting New Comic Book Day Book Club with White Whale Comics on Wednesday. And we're looking at a few different books. I think Rick Remender's Seasons, which is an Image comic. And we're looking at Jason Aaron's Bug Wars, which just dropped 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. Really great new indie from Jason Aaron. So we got some indie recommendations and some reviews for you on Wednesday on my channel. And then that is it until next Saturday for now. Yeah, when we'll do Saturday morning comics again and a movie show at night. Oh, yeah, I forgot Bat 21. Another great one. Wellbore. Good job. That one had, was it Danny Glover, right? Was that the Danny Glover film about pilots, like downed pilots, right? Agree with you on Royal Tenenbaums. He elevates that movie so much. Without him, that movie would not be as great. And I think it's built around him in that way. All the other actors, he's the center of the wheel, right? He's the hub, and all the spokes come off of there. And that performance has to work because Ben Stiller's trauma, Gwyneth Paltrow's trauma, Luke Wilson's trauma, Owen Wilson's trauma, Angelica Houston's trauma, everybody's trauma comes radiating out from this intensely egotistical, self-centered character. And the rest of it works because of that. And watching him on a redemptive journey is what kind of heals the family, right? And that's kind of the beauty of it. Yes, The Package with Matt Dillon, Mississippi Burning. How is that? I not for mentioned that. William, thank you for mentioning that. Mississippi Burning, holy cow, right? Willem Dafoe and Frances McDormand, and oh my God, what a movie. What a movie. So many things to celebrate from such an incredible performer. And of course, nobody yet has mentioned it because I think we all recognize it, but Superman. I mean, he did 3 Christopher Reeve Superman films as Lex, and what a wonderful performance that was, and how entertaining and joyful, and what a I mean, it's easily my favorite superhero movie still to this day. So I mean, it ranks really, really high. Been listening while working on something that John will like. Hackman is Lex Luthor, says JP. So there it is. JP did mention it, I think, right before I did. So I'll give JP the credit for that. We got Scotty Vaughn in the chat. What's up, Scotty? He was on this morning with my man Brian, and they were having a good chat this morning. I appreciate you coming by, my friend. John is Lex. I mean, yeah, I'm losing my hair, that's for sure. Sorry. Gene as Lex, not a Gene as Lex. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. There's some really funny stories about that, though, Rob, if you do research it at all, where Gene Hackman didn't want Lex to be bald, and he wanted Lex to have a mustache. And he had like a ton of discussions with Richard Donner, the director, about his vision for Lex Luthor being a mustachioed, full head of hair character. And in the end, Richard Donner tricked him into shaving his mustache. It was a very funny kind of like anecdote about Richard Donner wearing a fake mustache for a significant period of time, and finally telling Gene, I will shave my mustache if you shave yours. And Gene went off and shaved his and came back and said, okay, you do yours. And then Richard Donner peeled his off. That's like a checkmate to Gene. But it all worked. And then they agreed as a compromise that Luthor would have all the wigs and only reveal the bald cap one scene. But that was Richard Donner, the iconic filmmaker behind Lethal Weapon and Maverick and so many other films, The Omen, tricking Gene Hackman. Yeah, right. He just peeled off his mustache. Got him. But yeah, sometimes you gotta meet people halfway or make them laugh and work from there. So everybody, I'm heading out now. I'm gonna get the comics put away, get off to the volleyball tournament. Huge thank you to the channel members who either were entered to win or won prizes, or Rob Boswell, who is donating memberships to a handful of homies in the chat, people who will be entered to win next month, and apparently offering up comics to be thrown into the box. Rob Boswell is a beast in the chat, as always. Appreciate you, sir. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Yes, thank you, Thunderhouse. Yes, hopefully the tournament goes well. We have 3 games today. Should be a lot of fun. And then I'll update everybody, I guess, tonight and let you know how she did when we get back. I hope everybody's Saturday goes well. I know there's lots of great live streams happening, and I will do my best to hang in chats wherever I can while I put my comics away. But thanks everybody for hanging out, spending a little time this morning, and I hope everybody has a great day. I'll catch you all again soon.